Hey Facebook, Adam here with Hashtag256, and in this week's episode, we interview Matt McLellan. Mr. FistPump, nice to have you on.
Hey, thanks for bringing me out.
Absolutely, sir. So, you are in the fitness nutrition scene with Absolute Nutrition. How did you get into the fitness nutrition sector?
So I've always been into fitness in some way or another. I ran my first race at 6 years old, and I think that from there on I was just always a part of the fitness realm or some kind of sport. And so growing up, I did everything from junior pee wee, like weight class football, to swim team. I played soccer, played baseball, basketball. I mean, swim team for several years. I kind of tried it all, and more or less the one that I stuck with over the years was actually cross country and track. And so I did that during high school and then on scholarship for a little while in college. And so shortly thereafter, getting out of that and actually moving from UAH down to Auburn, I realized that one, I was very scrawny and everybody else was jacked. And, two, that my roommate at the time used to be a scrawny guy just like I was in high school. And so, I was kind of like, what in the world are you doing? Like, how did this happen? Because, I mean, to give you a perspective on that, same height I am now, right? Same rough build, but 135 pounds. I currently weigh about 178. He was probably 160, a little shorter than I am. And I'm like, dude, what did you do? Because by perspective, he looks like a bodybuilder sitting next to me, And he kind of explains how he got into supplements and working out and shows me a little bit about, the training and things that he got into. And I'm not really somebody to take something at face value. I usually kind of do my own research. And so I took that back and started researching supplements and like what they're for, kind of what they're made up of, different things. And then started to kind of form my own opinions. And then I joined a gym and started working out. And to give you an idea of time frame for that, this was 2006, that fall. I remember I actually signed up for World Gym on 9/11 because I remember signing the contract and the guy goes, "What's today's date? 9/11. Ooh, that's not a good date." And it's one of those things that it stuck in my brain. But
As it would.
yeah, so I've been in fitness for a long time, but actively training to really improve my physique and personal strength for going on right at about 13 years now, outside of the sports before that.
So you've been pretty much in the fitness scene, active scene your whole life. What is your favorite aspect of being in the business of fitness and nutrition?
I do like people, and I do like and genuinely enjoy working with people. And I think that was a lot of it for a long time until, I've kind of extracted myself out of the day-to-day sales floor operation as much. And so I unfortunately don't get to work with as many people one-on-one as I used to. But I do really enjoy helping people make good decisions and improve their lives. I mean, as generic as that may sound, like I genuinely do like seeing changes. So when someone walks up to me and is like, "Hey, man, your guy in the store really helped me out with this product. I've been taking it. Man, I feel great." Or like, "I've dropped this amount of weight," or "Man, I have really improved my strength this last month." Those are great things to hear. Like, I mean, I always love improvement, whether or not it has anything to do with something that I've helped with. But especially in the case of where we have been an aid in helping somebody, like that's tremendous for me. And so I like to be a part of that change. And, for a lot of people too, I think that we are, that source of information that they come to. So when they're looking for advice, they know they can come to us and open up and get correct knowledge, and we're not going to BS them,
Right.
We're going to shoot them a straight answer and try to find a solution that works for them. And, again, that sounds very commercial, but that's truly the way we approach it. I mean, the amount of times where we've had a meeting and I've literally told our team, do not oversell people. Like, make sure that what you're recommending fits for what they're telling you. I can't count that how many times I've done that. It's just one of those things we really do reinforce, is selling the proper solution for people and not getting caught up because, I would say very unlikely that someone's just like, yeah, throw it all in there, man. Add this too, But at the same time, it can happen, and someone can get caught up in a sale and easily sell them a lot of stuff that, they don't want, and that's not what I want to have. Because at the end of the day, if this isn't what's driving you towards your goals, or if you're not taking these things properly, like it doesn't matter,
Right.
I tell people all the time when they're like maybe on the fence about a specific product. One in particular comes in like a powder or pills, and a lot of ladies will look at me and be like, "Oh, I don't know, those pills are kind of big," and I'm like, "Then don't buy them. Don't buy them."
Yeah.
Because if you're not going to take them, it does you or me zero good.
Right.
Like you come in and you buy these one time, then they put them in your cabinet and they do you no good there. And so I want you to get things that you're going to use and they're going to help you. And so that part of being able to create some change and like help aid people in what they're doing is what I do love most.
What do you see as, I guess, the best growth in Huntsville regarding fitness? Like, what do you see Huntsvillians embracing, I guess, the most, and what do you see people still struggling with?
So the cool thing about fitness is that it really doesn't matter how you get there. You know, I mean, the important thing that I tell people all the time is just that you move. I don't care if you do CrossFit, Iron Tribe, you go train by yourself in a gym, you have a personal trainer, you do a boot camp, you're doing, you know, Orange Theory, you're running, whatever the case may be, yoga. I mean, as long as you're being active and moving, that's all I care about. And when we first started in 2009, there was very little to do with fitness in the area. It wasn't like it was unheard of, but there was literally, you know, like one or two gyms in Decatur, like, you know, a couple, maybe one gym in Madison, and Huntsville was real spread out. And now we have places everywhere. And I think that that's been incredible to watch and be a part of for 10 years now, is seeing the transformation of fitness in the area and watch people continue to want to improve. And how hungry they are for it, and the opportunity for both the business owners and the community to kind of match up and move forward together. So that's been really cool to be a part of, honestly. And I think that the more people we continue to bring to this area, you know, the more opportunities there are for everybody. And there's a lot of different aspects to fitness than just what I do. And so, you know, I'm glad that we're able to put a hand in on that. But, you know, I love, too, that we get to work with the different trainers and I get to see the different styles because, you know, we're friends with those that maybe have more group classes. And then we're friends with those that do, you know, more of a boot camp style workout outdoors and people that do more like powerlifting style training. And then just the other ones that want to be your 24-hour spot for everything, and people enjoy being able to come and go as they please and do their own thing, you know. Right. And there's really no right answer when it comes to it, other than just like, you know, trying to improve yourself or take care of yourself, more importantly. And so while earlier years Matt might have told you differently, like this is the way, right? Like you need to be doing these things, right. You know, the 10 years experience that I have at this point tell me differently, and also I'm at a different point in my life than I was when I began. So for me, like overall health is bigger to me than it was when I first started. So I really do a lot more personally with like how much I'm really taking care of my joints, and like taking a green supplement, as gimmicky as that might sound, like I look forward to it in the mornings, you know. Yeah. And so I'm still the most competitive person ever. So like being in CrossFit and competing, and like right now we're in the midst of the CrossFit Open, you know, that's big for me because I love it personally. I like to compete with myself. I like to see how much better I've gotten than last year. And then of course I like some friendly rivalry with some friends. And but that's not like the only path. And so we've got so many paths here in Huntsville and Madison that, you know, all kinds of different fitness experiences are available to people, and I love it. Like we're friends with pretty much everybody that's in the industry, and you know it's cool for me to get the opportunity to work with different ones and see their strengths, or have an opportunity to meet both their workouts and also their clients. So you know, I've taken my team of mostly guys a lot of times to Pure Bar a couple times to do some workouts. And you know, you want to see a couple guys squirm, that's one way to do it. They walk in thinking it's going to be a walk in the park, and they start getting their asses handed to them. I mean, honestly, like it's one of those things, myself included, I'm like, man, this is just different than I'm used to. It's hard, you know. Right. And so it's been fun.
What is the most advantageous part of Huntsville's growth that you see from your position?
Well, you know, I am fortunate enough to be in the mix of a lot of entrepreneurs. Some of my best friends are entrepreneurs. You know, I work with Urban Engine a lot, and so I get to meet a lot of budding entrepreneurs and people who have been in this and are serial entrepreneurs as well. And so with so much coming to Huntsville, not just in the defense space, but also in the space exploration side of things with like Blue Origin coming in, and then even, you know, higher level jobs, you bring a lot of really unique, highly educated people to the table. And you know, they still have lives outside of work, right? And I think a lot of times, you know, we don't think about that aspect. We're like, yeah, these jobs, that's income, it's people spending money, but then what do they do in their free time, or what are they spending their money on? And that gives a lot of local people and entrepreneurs the chance to step up and, you know, open a business or fill a need. And so even as we have these bigger, businesses like the High Point climbing gyms and the Top Golfs of the world that come in and fill some of those entertainment needs. We've got the local bar scene, we've got the music scene that are also growing. And then we have all the other needs that people are going to want. They want, good places to eat. They want a good place to work out at, or a fun fitness activity. They want things to do with their children. And so it really is letting everybody have a seat at the table, in my opinion, right now, with the way that we are growing. It really gives you a good kind of growth plate to start with. And if you were looking to start a business in something, this would be a great place for it, because there's so much opportunity. This is growing. And so I think that if you've got a good niche targeted in, or you've got a good plan in place, you can really flourish in an environment like that. And so it really helps cater to that. And like I said, it gives everybody a seat at the table and kind of an equal opportunity to go out and try something new, if you're interested in starting your own thing, just as you guys are even. And I think that is one of the best things about Huntsville right now, because it is exciting. And it's not like a halfway spot right now. Like, it's not just starting to grow. It's been growing for a while, but it's now getting to that exciting point where it's literally busting at the seams. And there's all kinds of new opportunity with other developments and things like that coming in place. So that really it makes it a fun place to be if you're in business too.
I dig it. I like it. And I agree 100%. So I've asked you several questions. We've a good back and forth. What is one question that you want to ask our audience through the camera lens?
I think it's always interesting to me to know what people's passion is. And, people always talk about do what you're passionate about, and a lot of people don't find that. But you can really learn a lot about somebody if everything fell apart tomorrow, you lost your job or your business, wife left you, whatever the case may be, like worst case scenario, and you had to find something to do to make money to survive, what would that be? I think that's always interesting to hear people's answers for, because it's not like the little kid answer of like, oh, I'd be a policeman, right? Like, what would you do? Like, what would you enjoy? And it would also help put food on your table in like a last minute ditch effort. What would you do? And what would that occupation be?
Boom. That's strong. Comment below your answer to his question. And guys, that is our interview with Matt FistPump McLellan. It's been a pleasure, my friend.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Great talking with you, and I look forward to next time.
Awesome.